Make it loud for E1. Ooh! Yeah, E1!
Hey, what's up, you guys?
Woo!
Yeah, earlier this year, scientists reported that for the first time, they documented two male humpback whales having sex with each other.
Yay.
Yeah, Hollywood's already gonna make a movie about it. They're gonna call it Humpback Mountain. You see, language is all changing, all weird nowadays, right? Like if a dude came up to me right now and told me he was gonna blow my brains out, I wouldn't know whether to run away or pull my pants down. Yeah, I was watching a show about General George Armstrong Custer, right? And his famous last stand, the Battle of Little Bighorn. I was like, Little Bighorn? That's gotta be euphemism for penis, no? Little Bighorn. Like, here's my bighorn, and here's my little bighorn. That doctor's so full of shit, you know? Like back in the 20s, people didn't really trust eating hamburgers. And so when White Castle came out, they hired a bunch of doctors to sit in the restaurants eating hamburgers and shit. And people were like, oh, I guess hamburgers are healthy for you, right? Hamburgers aren't healthy. And in the 50s, they had doctors selling cigarettes, like in newspaper and magazine ads. Even in a TV commercial, you can still see them on YouTube. Like, oh, I'm a doctor, so I smoke Camels. That's such bullshit, right? Because they're doctors, they know better. Now the new medical scam going around nowadays is the whole prostate rectal exam thing. Yeah, it's such bullshit, you know? I've heard 100 different prostate rectal exam stories. They all end the same way. They didn't find anything. You know, if it's so important, why don't you show me what to look for, and I'll fucking stick my own finger up my own ass. Huh? How about that? Yeah, right? But oh no, we can't have that, can we? Why, you need a medical degree just to find a bubble up your butt? I'm telling you, my intestines aren't the only thing full of shit around here. You know, in the NFL, there's one Asian player, and he's a kicker. Could you not find a more racist position for this guy? What, is he gonna come out in a karate uniform? Yeah, did you see when OG died a couple weeks back? That was pretty crazy, right? It was even more crazy the way he crashed the internet. Yeah, the second he died, basically half of America got online and was like, who the fuck is O.J. Simpson? Yeah, I was watching the Bigfoot documentary. It struck me how dedicated these Bigfoot hunters were. You know, they're like so devoted to something that might not even be real. Like comedians in their careers.
Hey.
Hey.
No.
Stings. Yeah, April 4th is now National Burrito Day. You guys hear about that? Yeah. And the very next day, April 5th, is now National Toilet Clogging Day. And did you hear about that boat that crashed in that bridge over Baltimore a couple weeks back? Yeah, it's pretty crazy, right? It crashed into a Francis Scott Key Bridge. Kind of ironic, right? It's like, oh, say, can you see? There's a giant fucking boat coming! Yeah, they said the boat came from Singapore. I was like, crap. Asian driver, you know. And on the news, they said the boat weighed 200 million pounds. That's pretty damn heavy, right? It was actually even heavier before. It was actually 300 million pounds. But my ex-wife, she got off the boat right before it crashed. Yeah, I was watching the Oscars a couple weeks back. Towards the end, I was getting excited. I was like, hey, look, they're bringing back The Mummy. But then I saw, I was like, oh no, that's just Al Pacino. Yeah, I was in the United States Army, you know. It was pretty cool, you know. But it was weird being the only Asian person. And every day, people were just looking at me like, are we supposed to shoot this guy? Yeah, it's cool being in the Army. You know, you get some good benefits. I'd say the best benefit, though, is the ability to give old men hard-ons. Yeah, old men, they love hearing Army stories. I guess because it gives them, hope for the future, makes them feel younger or something. But, it doesn't even matter what race they are. Like, if I meet some old man in a park and I start telling them Army stories, I'll tell you, they'll come all over me. I'm going to tell you this last joke. All right, there's a Special Forces test, right? It starts out with 100 people and stuff. And then towards this last test, right, it's only 3 guys left. So they're like, all right, in this next room is your wife sitting at a table. And on the table is a gun. You pick up that gun, shoot her in the head, you're in, right? First guy, he's only been married a couple months. So he's in there, just not even a minute. And he comes back out, he hands me the gun, I'm sorry, I can't do this. Right, next guy goes in there. He's been married for about 5 years. So he's in there for about 5 minutes. Then he comes back out, he's like, oh, I can't do this, I'm sorry. Third guy, he's been married 15 years. He goes in there, and right away they hear this scuffling sound. And he comes back out all disheveled and shit. They're like, what happened? It's like, man, some asshole took the bullets out of his fucking gun. I'd have choked that bitch to death.
Uh,
Hi, my name's Evan. Thank you. My name.
yeah, give it up for you. Good as shit, man. Guys, this has been the Mike. Thank you so much for coming out. If you're sticking around the next hour, come see me in the back. If not, get the fuck out of here. Have a nice